now.
Hi, this is Friday Forever Show. Forever Friday. I have a guest, obviously. Red, International Red, the icon of fashion. Yep. Today we're going to talk about, what?
Scars.
Excuse me, this is my show? I got it. I got this. Scars, I put it like that because scars are deep inside of us or on the surface outside of us. And most people have scars that are so deep, and things in the world trigger some of our scars. So today we're going to talk about scars. And I'm going to ask Mr. Red here, International Red, what kind of internal, if you would like to talk about it, scars do you have from being hurt or lost or abandoned or anything? Those are scars.
Right, I know. Do you want?
They don't know.
Oh, you want me to?
Do you have any of those type of
I
things?
don't have many scars because I was raised by two good parents, and I was. They were there with me. They were married. They were together for 41 years. And then my father was there, and I was with him, and he was a good father, and my mother was a good mother. So I didn't have those type of scars. The scars I've had that I've got are scars when I fell off my skateboard.
External, you're talking about.
That's the external scar that I got when I fell off my skateboard. When I got hit in the head with a hammer from drinking. You know, I got scars like that. And the internal scars that I don't have, but I know people that do, you know, and I understand what internal scars are. But I really don't have any because, you know, I can't recollect on any because different things that I've had, like divorce, whatever, that's just life. It wasn't nothing I took to be a scar, something that I was hurt behind it. I wasn't hurt behind it. Women leave me when I was in prison. Dear John letters, all that's just part of life. I didn't look at it as
Wait, you're saying
scar.
your parents got divorced?
No, they never did. They stayed together the whole time. I had a good family raising when I was young. They stayed together till death did them part. I'm saying that I didn't have none of that. I said when I had Dear John letters from me, when women left me, when I've got left, I didn't look at it as a scar because I didn't take it like that. It was just the way it went. What goes around comes around. If you do somebody a certain way, then when something happened to you, then you're gonna have to suffer the consequences. It just goes along with the situation. It's just like I was scarring them. Then when they scarred me, it didn't really hurt me because I didn't look at it like that. That's just, you know, how I looked at it. You know, but maybe you might be able to bring it out of me. It might be something I'm overlooking that might have been a scar, but
Do you have things that you don't like to talk about?
no, I don't know about that.
Like
Like what?
maybe marriages,
No, I was
kids?
married. Well, I've been married once, and I can talk about that because it's not scarring me. You know, it's not a scar.
It's not a scar, meaning it's not hurtful
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't
and
hurt me.
painful. I'm sure it used to be for an extended period of time.
Well, until I understood it more, you know. It's like therapy. When you go get therapy or you talk about certain things, then it gets more clear to you. You say, well, I know why I did what I did. Okay, it was a disease. When you understand you were drinking and you did a lot of bad things, right? And it was hurtful when you first stopped drinking, and because you didn't understand why you did what you did, right? Then it was hurtful. It could have been a scar then, but it's a scar that's been, how you say it, when it's been fixed, you know, because I realized it wasn't my fault. I was diseased. It's like now, I've been clean for 27 years, and I'm doing the right things. So therefore, it's like I'm doing good. So it's like, I'm not guilty or feel bad about the things that I did back in the past. You know, how some people have their past and it haunts them and they feel bad and they carry the scars and the tragedy and the things with them. But I've learned not to do that. Through my of being old, getting older and wiser.
Maybe that's why you're
What?
healthy, happy, and what, 71?
72.
Two.
Healthy and happy. Yeah, I'm healthy and I'm happy. And I don't have it as much as I had at one time. Because I was hurt at the times when I was young, because I was always trying to, achieve everything and be the best, right? And then you get to a point to where you do all that, and then you see people still don't give you your propers. They take advantage of you. They use you for your money and all that. I've been through all that, so I don't use that as a scar when I was hurt, because I didn't know better. Than when I learned behind the mistakes that I made, and behind the things that I did, and I just don't do it no more.
Okay.
I don't do the things like that no more.
I have had internal and external scarring
Yeah.
as a child on up to adulthood, like from birth till now.
Like abuse or whatever.
Like, yeah, beating, getting beat, sexual, divorce, and many different men in my mom's life. And I didn't really know about my dad's life, and me having a baby and having to give her up. And then I just found out that in her family, one of the family members passed away.
Really?
I'm in shock over that right now.
In the family?
My daughter's dad has a lot of sisters, about 3 or 4 sisters. And the oldest one, the 2nd of this month.
She
No.
died.
Yeah, what are we in? What's it? No, the last month.
You're talking about June.
Yeah, she just passed away. I mean, I think her heart.
How old was she?
She was young, probably going on early 30s, maybe.
Wow.
Late 20s, early 30s. She had a baby, and I mean, now the baby's got to be with the dad. She had a divorce. She got with a guy. She had a baby. Blah blah blah. But still, just death. Death is horrific. I mean, when it's close to you, and even when you see it on the news constantly, kids and animals and elderly and people are just dying left and right. I mean, that's tragic, but the picture behind is a Band-Aid covering our boo-boo, our wound, our scar. I mean, it's gonna leave a scar probably, but as a kid, there was a big field and just tall grass, tall. Me, right about here, can't see over any of that, but my brother calls out and he says, "Hey, Friday, take this in the house for me." And I'm like, "What?" I don't know why I squatted. in the tall bushes. I squatted down. I don't know for what reason. He threw, where he heard my voice, he threw a license plate that he wanted to keep. And when I squatted down, it split my eye wide open.
Really?
This license plate.
Wow.
It just went whack, and blood was pouring out, and I'm screaming.
Wow.
And he ran through the big tall grass, and he scooped me up, and he ran me across the street to, my parents weren't home, to the neighbors. I don't know. After that,
How old were you?
I didn't lose my eye.
How old were you?
But he was in so much trouble. Oh my gosh. Probably 5, 6. I was little. I mean, we would play. We have to find things to do.
And what town was this? What all the bushes?
It was McCall, Idaho. McCall in Idaho.
Okay.
It's a little town that you play with rocks, pine cones, slingshots. The people up at the top had a raccoon in a cage. Yeah, we just ride bikes. We eat rhubarb. We irritate the
What's rhubarb?
rhubarb.
Yeah, what's that?
You never had rhubarb pie? Really?
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb.
What is it? Tell what it is, a fruit or something?
Okay. Well, we just pulled it out of the ground, but yeah, it's these stalks. They're red and green, and
Well, is that fruit or a vegetable?
that's funny you asked. I never, you know what? I don't know. I've never known. It's a fruit. It's a fruit or a vegetable. Oh my God! It comes out of the ground in a little plant like rhubarb, and we would make rhubarb pie.
So when is the last time you seen rhubarb? I had rhubarb.
Rhubarb.
When is the last time you had it, though? How long ago was it?
Since I was little,
Is that so? That's the only place they have
we
it.
would have rhubarb pie.
That's probably the only place they have it. Then.
No.
You've heard of people having it like out here?
Well, no.
Have you
In
looked
Idaho.
into it?
In Idaho.
Oh, in Idaho.
Oh my gosh, rhubarb
Is
pie.
it good?
Yeah, if it's made right. It's bitter,
So your mother made it?
sour, bitter. It's sour, bitter.
Your mother made it?
Probably not. Probably
Who-
the neighbor lady made
Who
it.
made it? Oh, the neighbor lady.
Yeah. We would get in, yeah, me and my brother would collect worms. We'd stick this stake in the ground in the middle of the night and have a flashlight and lay on our tummies.
Yeah.
And they would just come up out of the ground. And we would grab them, but I would pull too fast and too hard. My brother would say, "Oh, Friday, you can't do that," because
So you don't have a scar?
the scar is meaning it seems like good times, but they're not actually. There's a lot of times,
Yeah.
and they're embedded in your mind with tapes,
Right.
and they'll last with you forever. It's not necessarily good, and it's not necessarily
Right.
super bad, but it's not great. So yeah, to me, those are lingering things that's happened to you in your life.
But like that's an external scar.
And no,
The-
those
the
are
fast-
internal.
But the license plate didn't leave you a scar.
The It did in my eye.
It did?
That's internal and external. The fright of that.
You were scared of and what happened?
But I didn't know at the time.
And it was an accident, right? He didn't do it on purpose.
No. You're both little kids in this tall stalk, and he just threw it the direction that he heard my voice. I mean, no, he can't see. He didn't directly throw it at me, no. It was just a fluke, a thing that
Playing out in
happened.
the field. Playing in the field.
Yeah, between the houses, yeah.
And it was all like grass and corn. Imagine a cornfield.
It almost kind of was. They were tall stalks, but it was dried, tall grass.
Okay.
Oh my God, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But scars, like you said, you have one on your head.
And on my knee.
You've got on your knee. If you had knee surgery?
No, I didn't get knee surgery for that. That was just from skateboard when I fell when I was a kid. I fell on skateboard. And the scar's still there.
Me too. I fell on a skateboard. I just went a little, I stood on it and fell. But I fell on logs and there was wood on my leg.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's a nightmare. It's a external and an internal kind of scar.
Right.
Do you have something else to say about scars?
Yeah, like scars. I noticed that people that have scars, because I went to therapy and things, you know, like when I was in the joint, not on the street. I did this when I was in the penitentiary. They had us go to groups because if you want to get help from your different things that you have, and I didn't have problems like I thought. When I heard these other people's stories, you know, then I knew what real problems were, and that's why I knew my problems were nothing. But I went there to get help for my drinking and my drug problems, you know. But my reason for drinking and drugs was just to be more sociable. It wasn't like some of these people that had childhood abuse and, you know, they had real bad problems and people really did them wrong, and their self-esteem was just messed up, you know. And they were really had internal scars, as you say, you know, because they would, you know, would get up there and they'd feel so bad that they'd cry, and they'd want people would say, get it out, let it out, you know.
In prison, you said?
Yeah, in prison, but it'd be in the drug program area where it was confidential. People couldn't go out there and tell people about what was going on, you know. Yeah, it was confidential. But the thing about it is that I learned from that experience is that it helped me, you know what I mean. So but the people that had these problems, it contributed to them being in jail, and some of them was going to jail in and out of jail all their life because they felt loved and cared for in jail because they didn't get parents and people didn't care for them on the street, and it was weird for me to hear people say that, you know. But just the attention they got in jail, you know, guards giving them attention and different things, and I look at it like, you know what? I mean, you know, I didn't look at that as. I didn't understand that at that time, because I was still kind of young. But I knew that they had problems that I didn't have. But as I got older, because this is when I was in my 20s, you know, and stuff like that. But as I got older, my 30s and 40s, then I really started understanding everything, you know. It all got clear to me because I realized that the scars that a lot of people have and they carry on, why they be mean and why they're this way. I'd be mean just to try to be tough, and I'd really be feeling good. I wouldn't be mad at nothing because I didn't have no, you know, I wasn't raised that way to be mean. I had my father, my mother, my sister, I didn't have no brothers. My sisters was cool. I just fell out with my sister recently. My one sister, we was really close, and we were, you know, were like really, really cool until recently, you know, last 5 years. So it's like I couldn't understand other people's problems, even with their families, that not getting along with their families and different things, jealousy and all that. But then now I start realizing all that, And I start seeing what that is, you know what I mean, when you have a family member. And then other people say, oh yeah, my sister, I don't get along with her either. Other people tell me about their family. I said, really? I didn't realize that till recently, you know. But that's just like something that things happen. And you look at it and you try to say, well, you try to analyze because you don't want to feel like you're at fault. Because I used to think, even though I didn't know better at the time when I was younger, we all looked up to the oldest member of the family was my sister, right? She's the oldest one. So when my mother and father passed away, she was the one that was like responsible in charge. But then we didn't realize it till we got older that she wasn't really responsible because she had everything given to her, and then she was just happened to be, she drank, she didn't have good relationships. She wasn't a good leader, but we looked up to her because we didn't know no better. But as I got smarter and I got older and I got sharper, I didn't go for that no more. I said, no, you can't tell me what to do. You're not living your life. How you gonna tell me? Because they're trying to tell you how to live your life, and if you don't know better, then you'll fall for that. But and most people do because they don't know no better. But if you're smart and you're intelligent and you got good sense, and you think something of yourself, then you say, no, I know more than they know. They're the ones that got the problem, not me. You understand?
Right.
But they'll try to make you feel that way, and a lot of times people
Kind of
say,
like Christians. If you're not living the life,
yeah, right, like Christian
living the
people do
way.
that. Well, like yeah, like that, something like that. They're right there. Well, see, what happens is people that are actively messing up in their life. Say for instance, because I was with this girl years ago, and I didn't understand it then. I was staying at her house, and I broke my leg, right, and I was staying there. And the church people came to the house because she was a kind of woman that was promiscuous, but she would get in trouble and she'd run to the church and cry and say, I sinned, can you guys help me? She would ask for help, and then they would pray for her and tell her this and that, and they would tell her you need to do better, you don't need, you're wrong, you make her feel bad, right? And then they would come to the house and tell me I need to get out and all that. Then I couldn't get out because my foot I broke my leg, so I couldn't move. But they sent somebody there to watch us so we don't have sex, right? And then when they put the girl there, it was a gay girl they put there. This girl was gay, and this girl was trying to hit on the woman. I said, this is bullshit. I thought to
That's
myself,
the kettle calling. Wait.
kettle corner, kettle black, or whatever they call it. Yeah. But anyway, I said, this is crazy, you know. I said, but she did have a problem. And her problem really was just running there telling the church everything because she felt bad about what she did because she wanted to live a clean life rather than realize, okay, you did wrong, but you're not wrong. You're happy with the man you're with. You're letting the church tell you not to be with her
So,
because, you know.
where does that fit into the scars at?
It fits into the scars is that you don't know better. You think you're wrong, right? They make you feel like you have a problem, like you're scarred or
I think we got off track.
you're hurt, right? They make you feel like you're wrong, scarred.
Who's they?
The people, the society, or whoever, the churches. When you mention the churches, it made me realize that the churches make you feel like you have an internal scar that from your family or whatever. So you're damaged. You're damaged. They make you feel like you're damaged goods, right? So while you're being damaged, they're gonna fix you. So they make you feel like you have an internal scar, which you may have. I don't know what the cause of the problem that you might have had by being abused when you were young, or something could have happened to where you act things out. It could be an internal thing like that. You know, it all depends on the person.
So,
If they have
do
a
you
problem.
have any last words to say about
Scars?
internal or external?
No, it's just what I do have something to say. That I know that you got to look at things. The more you know about life, and the more you lived, and the better you try to live your life and be a better person. You know what I'm saying? Don't let other people judge you. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean don't let other people judge you?
Don't let other people judge you. You got to be your own best person, because no man can judge you. How you gonna let other people judge you? You know, tell you what you need to do or how you need to live. Don't let people tell you how to live. If you know how to live and you're living the way you want to live, and it's not hurting no one, you're not doing nothing to no one, then you just keep living your life. You know, if you're happy. If you're happy doing it. But if it's you're living a life and it's not right and you're not happy, you know what I mean, and and it's causing problems in your life, well then you need to get it right. Because then you do have problems and you will have scars and hurts and different things because you'll reflect on the past. If you had happy times in the past, you'll remember those times. If you haven't and you have misery and you just living free for all because you want to live like a kid because you don't have no responsibility.
We mostly remember scars that we can see on the
Right.
outside. Because if I saw something, oh, where'd you get that scar? And you'd be like, oh, I've had that for years. And then that brings back the story of how you got that scar.
Well, let me ask you this. Some people, these soldiers and these people like to brag about the scars they got like it's such a big thing. I never looked at it like that. When I see people with scars and they be trying to impress women with the scars, you know, like I was in the army, I got this here over there doing that. Because I never was in the service.
Shrapnel.
I never was in the service in the army, and I never thought nothing much of it because I wouldn't go out there and fight for the country. I wanted to be free. But I got friends right now that I talk to, and they brag about how they was in the army and they did that. And I said I never was in the army and I never worked in none of that, and they did all that. But I look at it like I feel good that I made it this far and didn't have to do what they did because they were slaves to the country. I wasn't. But I did go to jail. Like I worked in jail, so I told them, I said, well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I did work because I worked when I was in jail, and I also went
But
to
shrapnel.
What is shrapnel?
Shrapnel is when an explosive blows up the car that the Army, Navy, Air Force, the people are driving in,
Right.
and it pieces fly everywhere, and it gets stuck in your leg, or
And that's a scar.
that's called shrapnel. Yeah, it leaves scars. I mean, you're missing your leg.
Right, well, that happens to people, and what compensation do they get when they lose their leg and they run
A
around?
scar for the rest of their life, internal.
But can they get a compensation for it?
I don't know. That's the different show.
No, I'm just saying they can't. That's a scar, a permanent scar.
It is a permanent scar with no limb,
That's what I mean. That's bad.
and that's why. I don't know. That's,
Well, you got minor scars and major scars. That's the difference.
well, I gotta
You got a
go,
minute left.
and
You got 41. You got
okay,
1 minute.
let's not stop. I am signing off. I hope that you've enjoyed the show. Scars, go get help. Mentally, I don't know, a Band-Aid physically. Bye-bye. Thank you.